What is going on, everyone? Steve-O Supremo here, and I am just another game collector, and we have not heard those words echoed on this channel in a long time. I just heard them like 3 times because I flubbed the intro like several times having to do this because I haven't done it in forever, but you guys haven't heard it in a while. But man, it has been a while since we've uploaded on this channel, and I honestly did not think I was going to upload on this channel anymore. I was just going to stick to my main channel, but I was like, you know what? I loved doing content on the Another Game Collector channel. It was more laid back, more raw. Didn't have to do a lot of fancy editing or anything, and just sharing my opinions on collecting scene and all that stuff, showing off pickups. And we're going to incorporate more of that on this channel and just more topics in general. I'll talk about games I've been playing, do some reviews on games, and just kind of focus on this channel right now because I really enjoyed it and it was awesome. And to the people who are still sticking around or care to watch anything on here or still stay subscribed, I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And yeah, it's just been a blast. Like, even coming back, was getting excited, like preparing for this video. Like, man, it's been a while since we've done anything. Let's get into the rhythm. But I figured we'd start off with a good old-fashioned pickups video, and this thing is going to be long, guys. So prepare to strap in if you care about seeing everything, because we got months of stuff to go over here, and we'll try to get it all covered in this one video. Now, if you are interested in any of this stuff I picked up over the time where I was not doing any videos on this channel, you can go to my main one, Steve-O Supremo. And the past couple months, you'll see a pickups video or two on there, some stuff that I picked up, some pretty cool pickups. One really good Facebook N64 deal that was really awesome, at a local convention. Pick up some stuff I did with some rate stuff. But all that's on the shelves now and put away, so I'm not going to dig it all back out. This is kind of stuff that's still been sitting out because I was like, you know what? I'll prepare and wait for a pickups video here to put stuff into a video to talk about. So we got that all here, and hopefully going forward, the schedule for the channel will be hopefully every Wednesday. I know I can probably record something. If I'm recording it on Wednesday, maybe it'll be out Thursday or Friday. We'll see how much time I have for editing, because even right now, we're at the tail end of, like, we're getting into spring, but this is like a busy time of year for me and my family, and they're more important than anything. Like, my son was in basketball. That season ended about a month ago, but then my daughter's volleyball started up, so now we're heavy into that for about the next month, and then things kind of slow down, and then the summer happens, and I'll even have more time to do more videos, so we'll see. But for right now, every Wednesday I'll be recording something. I just don't know what day they're going to come out yet, so we'll see how fast the editing and stuff like that goes. But without me dragging this on anymore, because I'm surrounded by items here, let's go ahead and get into this stuff and just sit back and relax. And if you're interested in what I'm showing off here, little updates on the collection, I'll show you what I got. Leave me down in the comments below. It's been a while, guys, since we've been on the channel. So what's some of the awesome stuff that you've picked up over the past few months? Just let me know and catch me up on your collections too. So without further ado, let's dive into it. First thing we'll show off here, got a guy who we've exchanged contact about a year and a half, 2 years ago now, ever since he saw me at the local show. And I always did trades with him and everything at the local show convention here. He'd come to my table. I always had something he wanted, and I always give good trade credit, or I buy things off of people at what I think are really good prices. So he wanted my number anytime in case he was ready to sell anything. He was going to contact me first. And he had some N64 goodness that I really wanted to get from him. And we are adding to the collection the Smoke Gray Nintendo 64 Fantastic Console. But as you can see here, this one does have a crack in it, and that's the main reason he wanted to get rid of it, because he upgraded his to where it doesn't have the crack. So he sold me this one and a Jungle Green, all in together for those for 150 bucks. None of those have the expansion packs in it, but that's okay. I already have a Jungle Green console. Didn't really want his, but I was like, you know what? Just to help him out because he wants to get rid of it, I'll go ahead and buy that too, because I did have an extra Jungle Green controller. So next time we have the local show here, I'll pair it up with the controller and have it on my table at the convention. But this one's staying here. Just got to find the controller for it now, and I think the Smoke Gray one actually has a higher price on it. Like, it can be a tougher one to get. So when it comes to the Fantastic consoles, I still need the orange and like the grape one, the dark grape, deep purple, and then I'll have all of them. So that'll be a cool journey to finish, and it's one that I haven't even been really trying to do. It's just sometimes they pop up and come my way, and boom. But you know how it goes. Once we always collect all the consoles, going to want to find the box versions of all this stuff later on. So, but for now, I'm happy to have even the consoles, even that little crack. It's not going to bother me too much. So, really cool. And I can't wait to get the controller to pair it up with it. So, next we'll jump into like kind of the new releases that I've gotten over the past couple months. Of course, we got to start off with big one that just came out not too long ago, Resident Evil Requiem, and I actually have the deluxe edition as well. I still have mine sealed because I planned on getting this just to keep it sealed, because you never know with these things what's going to happen with them as far as collector's items. And sure enough, I think this thing has already like over $150 game. And I don't really care about the bonus contents in it. I just love Resident Evil and try to get everything I can Resident Evil. So awesome to get the deluxe edition. I wish they could have done something cooler, like more collectible, but apparently people really want this thing right now too. Probably for that extra costume you get in the back for Grace. But also just got the standard edition, which I opened up and played. And guys, I love this game. It was awesome. I'll do a review on this channel. That might be the next video to go over everything, because I've already platinumed it. 30 hours of gameplay in it. That's what PlayStation says I have tracked in it. I loved it. If you love Resident Evil, you gotta play Requiem. It is so awesome, but we'll get into more of that for the review when I talk about it. Trails Beyond the Horizon, had to pre-order that and had that day one, so I've yet to really play or finish my first Trails game yet. Still waiting to do it. Hopefully that happens this year. But I want to get all the games as they come out, because these things tend to hold their value, and sometimes they go up in value. I have some of the Trails games on PS4 that are over $100 brand new, but luckily I had them and got them for cheaper than that. So with some of these games, you just never know what the prices are going to be like, and they can be tough to find even on the used market anywhere. So I always try to pre-order Trails stuff now when it's new and pre-order it. Of course, I had to support and show my love for Dragon Quest, so I got that when it came out. I beat this game on 3DS a couple years ago and loved it, and sure, it took me 8 years to beat that game, and of course they release a reimagined version after I beat the thing on 3DS. So eventually one day down the road, I do want to play through this version and give it a try. I know there have been some slight complaints that they just edited so much out the original games, even more from the 3DS ones, but I still want to give it a go. It's just going to be later on. I got more Dragon Quest games to finish first. I love the series and always want to show its support so we can continue to get more games over here. That's why I bought that one day one, to give it the full support. Limited Run Games had this thing going. I forget what I had to pay for it brand new, but they had like these anniversary collection type limited releases on Limited Run for Castlevania, Dominus Collection, and some other games. And I love Castlevania and try to buy all the Castlevania stuff, so grab that one. All of these here were part of the buy two get one at GameStop that I don't know if it was the last one, but maybe the time before that. And I rebought Monster Hunter Wilds. I have it on PC. It's like, you know what? I want to get it for PlayStation, mainly because my buddy Garrett, he bought this on day one on PlayStation. And eventually when he plays it, he's going to want to play it co-op together. And I'm the one who convinced him to get it. So I want to have a character ready for him for co-op to play on there. And I wanted to play through this again just to see if maybe I can get rekindled back into Monster Hunter and really wanting to dive and farm into it. Because if you go and watch my Game of the Year video on my main channel, I kind of explained how Monster Hunter Wilds didn't really click with me the way Monster Hunter Rise did, where I dumped so many hours into it. Wilds just didn't hit that mark. So I wanted to try it again, play through the story again, and maybe do some more grinding and see if maybe it can hook me this time once other ranks and stuff come out. We'll see. But bought that one. Finally got Spider-Man 2 as part of the buy two get one. Really enjoy all the Spider-Man games, everyone I play, and I hadn't played 2 yet. And then Crosscode. This is a nice little sleeper here at this price, because I think it's like a $40 to $50 game. So to find it at GameStop for $30 was a great deal. So buy two get one, paid off. Now, also with the Resident Evil, came with a little bag for Resident Evil Requiem, which I'm sure everyone who got it was able to get this bag. But I was kind of disappointed that Grace is the one that I was like, oh, is there one that's going to have Leon on it too? Like, no, just Grace. So, I mean, she was a good character in the game, solid overall, but you got to have the GOAT on there with Leon. The next thing we'll get into is, okay, we'll get into this first. So let me rearrange some stacks here because I want to do as less editing in this as possible and keep it all raw in one take. Move these items out the way. All right, the next pickup was an awesome Facebook deal that I saw while at work, and one that was up for like 8 hours. Like someone had this thing up for 8 hours, and I guess no one else had asked or like inquired about these games, but $180 these were listed for. Lunar, the Silver Star on Sega CD, and Lunar Eternal Blue. I'm trying to get the glare out the way from my light here. But both Lunar games on the Sega CD for $180. What a deal on that. The person who owned these lived in a town from me in Ellensburg, Washington, about an hour and 10 to 15 minutes away from me. And when I asked them, like, if it was still available, they said yes. I'm like, all right, I can be there on this day to pick it up. And I think she had like, let's do it on, I think this was on a Monday. And I said, I can come tomorrow on Tuesday. And I told her what time I'd be able to come. She's like, why don't we just wait till Friday and you come on Friday? Of course, when stuff like that happens, you always worry that someone else might get the stuff or you never know what's going to happen. But she did put it on pending, and it's like, nope, it'll be yours. And I asked if they had any other games. She said, we have a bunch of games. I'll show you when you get here, but we have a ton. So when I got there, she explained to me, I was like, what's with the pricing on this? Because that's like a really low offer on this stuff, asking price. She said they wanted to only list the price for untested because these discs do have a little bit of scratches on it. Nothing that's going to keep them, what I think, from being able to play, but they do have some scratches on it, and they don't have a system in order to test it. I don't even have a Sega CD yet, so I cannot test it. But when you see these come up for like such a good deal, you're like, man, even if you have to resurface it, you just got to pounce on them. Like, okay, they might not work. I don't know. So they wanted to sell it as untested just so they didn't like rip the people off who get it and it doesn't end up working. So like, all right, I guess I can understand that. That's why it is priced like way lower than what it should be. They said they also buy out storage units. So they buy out storage units and sell the stuff from it. That's why they have so many games, and they don't need to ask for such high margins on things either in order for them to make their profit, so they can cut a lot of good deals on stuff. So I was like, hey, that's awesome. So the game bin they had out for me was just one like big bin full of games, but it wasn't everything. A lot of the other stuff was like buried under stuff from other storage unit buys, but they said they'd call me in the future so I can like get some looks at the bins they have whenever they get to them and uncover them. But from the stuff they had, I was able to pick out some awesome NES games that I wanted for the collection. And this bin had all the good stuff in it, guys. Like all the Super Nintendo games you'd want for a collection, Zelda, Mario, all that stuff. Even 64 stuff, just really good quality titles. But it's all stuff I had, so I didn't need to buy that stuff. I only wanted to buy the stuff I wanted and needed for the collection. So let's start it off. Total Recall on the NES. Snoopy's, what is it? Snoopy's Silly Sports Spectacular. Gauntlet 2. Donkey Kong 3. Quantum Fighter. Mission Impossible. 1942. Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Probably the most valuable game in this lot. Adventure Island 3. I think this is worth the most in here. I don't know. Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Life Force. And we got a Super Mario Bros. 3 Left Bros. I never had a Left Bros before, and I saw that in there. I was like, that's awesome. And then Anticipation. We end on a kind of blah game. I didn't have it for the NES collection. NES is one that I would love to have the full set of. So when I was going through all the NES, I was taking out everything that I didn't own. And she was kind of like wanting to like get rid of the whole bin. And normally that is something I would do. Like, you know what? I'll go ahead and buy the whole bin. But honestly, I did not want to go through the headache of having to sell all the stuff in there. Like, I'd rather just grow my collection this way. Doing big purchases like that where most of the stuff I'd have to get rid of. It's kind of the opposite of how I like to do it. Most of the stuff I want to keep And then if there's a little bit I have to, which will be an example you'll see coming up shortly, the little few things I want to get rid of, okay, that's fine, because I don't like having to go the whole selling route, because I just do the convention thing here twice a year, and I don't like to have stuff sitting around taking up space. So boom, some solid NES stuff. And again, she had a lot more stuff there. So I'm looking forward to going down there in the future. And he's a Pokemon. They're Pokemon people. So they said if I had any Pokemon cards, bring them down and they'll take those and trade instead of cash. So we can do 1-for-1 trade. So I'll be taking Pokemon to him next time and just kind of doing a trade for games I want in the collection. So really cool people. But while I was down there in that town, I was like, hey, is there like a game store I can go here to take a trade-in bin? Because I had a bin of like just cheaper games that are all doubles in the collection that have come in these buys that I don't need. And again, I don't want to have to go through the pain of having to sell. So just take it to a game store, get trade credit, hopefully get games you want for your collection. She's like, no, we don't have any. But I just took a whim and called a comic book store, and they said, yeah, we have some video games and stuff here too. And they said they took trades. So that's what I did. I went to this store, and apparently a lot of the stuff that I had, it was a cool little store down there. I forget the name of it, or I'd plug them in here. I cannot remember the name. But he took a lot of my games out there because a lot of that low-end stuff, I guess, sells really well in their store. So he took it, and with the credit, and he lowered the price on this. We got Pokemon Crystal for the Game Boy Color. He lowered this down to $120 because we tested it out. The save battery didn't work. He's like $140. And then when we tested it out and the save battery didn't work, he's like, you know what? We'll do $120 on it. Whoa, thanks, man. And so with some of the extra credit I had too, I got these Alien versus Predator comics because I'm a big Alien and Predator fan. And it was a comic book store, and I've never even knew they made these like comics for Alien or Predator. So I just snatched them for funsies to give a read and join the Predator and Alien collection as well. So a little cool trip to Ellensburg, adding a lot to the collection I didn't have. Never figured I'd own Pokemon Crystal in my life, but that's not the only Pokemon stuff we'll see in this video. We got a lot of Pokemon coming up in the next thing we show here. So let's clear the space and get ready for the next things that we need to talk about. All right, so this last pickup deal was a local Facebook deal, and it was insane. This has a lot of awesome stuff in it that I needed for the collection, and a lot of stuff that this is the type of thing that I like. It had a lot of stuff that I need for the collection with a very small stack of doubles. So it's always awesome when I can get stuff like this because it's like, good, I don't have to deal with all the doubles. It's mostly stuff that I needed. So we'll go through the ones I need and which ones are doubles, and you'll see like the stacks are really small in each pile. So let's get into it. This just recently happened like 3 days ago, still fresh. And it was a 3DS lot. Came with the original like Aqua 3DS, which is a color variant I didn't have, and a Nintendo DS Lite. So awesome little consoles there. I'll probably keep the 3DS because I don't have the Aqua version. I'm not big on DS Lite collecting, so I'll probably get rid of that one. But I like having 3DS variants. And then it had a bunch of DS and 3DS games, and I thought I had them sorted out for which systems they are on, but it looks like everything's jumbled together here. So let's get into it. We'll start off with these heavy hitters first, but nothing is in real particular order here. They're just kind of mixed matched up, but the big ones you noticed right off the lot in this thing, Pokemon Platinum. And I don't know, because this back is different from other backs of the Pokemon Platinums I've seen. If it's a first print or a later print, if that's the difference in why the back is different, I don't know. But all I know is I didn't have it in a collection, and now I have it now. And I got it all for a great deal. And then Pokemon Soul Silver, which this is not for resale copy. I guess this came in a bundle of some sort, if it's got the not for resale with the system or something. But I had this cart only, so technical double did not have it complete in box. I'll put that in a separate pile so we can keep track of my doubles. Sonic Sega All-Star Racing was a double. Kingdom Hearts, is this $358 over 2 days? That was a double, and all these are complete. Dragon Quest IX, love Dragon Quest IX, can't speak about it high enough. That was a double as well. Fire Emblem Awakening is a full-on double. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. This was one that I had the cartridge only of. So now I have it complete in box. Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Alma. I had this one cartridge only. So now I have it complete in box. Pokemon Rumble Blast. I had this one card only. Now it's complete in box. And just from taking a brief look at the rest of these games, yep, that is all that was a double. So, okay. We'll show it at the end, which was the double stack and like how many I get to keep now. So, moving on. All right, we got some more DS action here. These, again, no order on these. Beyblade. That's a new one. Transformers, Dark of the Moon, Autobots, Bleach, the Blade of, what's that? The Blade of Fate? Yeah. Which really cool holographic cover. I'm not big into fighting games though, especially on handhelds. Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2010. Love me some Yu-Gi-Oh! I think this is Battle of the Giant Dinosaurs. I'm guessing that's what that G word is there. Cars 2. Fossil Fighters, which was one of the hidden gems people talk about. Looks like made by Nintendo too. So looking forward to playing this one. This is one that had been on the radar for a while, wanted to have in the collection. So getting in a bundle buy is really cool. Battle of the Giants, Dragons, and then we got 3DS here, which we got some DS on the bottom. So we'll go into those first. Get the DS out the way, then get into 3DS. All right, Transformers, Cyber War of Cybertron, Decepticons. I had the Autobots version, cartridge only. So now we got Decepticons. Might and Magic Clash of Heroes on the DS. And Pokemon White version with a little nick in it here on the Nintendo DS. So really, really good solid titles on the Pokemon games. And it's just, yeah, it keeps going. Madden NFL on the 3DS. Sonic Generations on the 3DS. Scribblenauts Unmasked. Here's a Ruin. This is one I was really looking forward to when it came out on the 3DS. Me and Dustin Christ, my old AGP buddy from Another Gaming Podcast. Man, we tried to play through this some co-op because I love Diablo and ARPGs like that. It's just like a really kind of dumbed down version of an ARPG like Looter. Very simple, like Babies First ARPG. We played through a little bit of it. Wasn't really hooking us, but I always wanted to dive back into it and give it another shot. Next up here, we got Mario and Sonic London 2012 Olympic Games. Pokemon X on the 3DS. And one that I was really wanting to get again, Kid Icarus Uprising. One I've been really meaning to add to the collection for a while. It was around that $70 to $80 price range. It probably still is for a while. I don't remember how much this thing is going for. But I always wanted to add it back to the collection. One of the regrets from trading off back in the day when I traded in a lot of stuff to get my first Nintendo Switch originally. So glad to finally add it back. It's not the full boxed edition with the stand and everything, but still happy to have it because I never finished it off. This game was really long, and it was surprisingly long for a handheld, like kind of action game that it is. So really happy to finally add it back. So to round it all up here to show you guys the keep stack from the double stack, again, the way I like it. Double stack this big, but the keep stack, whoa. You could, yeah, a lot more. That's the ratio you like to see. So, and these should be easy to get rid of. So awesome deal. Again, Facebook Marketplace once in a while. You can get some pretty good deals on here. And I got a really good deal on all this stuff. I think from what the value of everything is, I probably paid around 50% of what the market rate is on it. Again, I don't go looking all this stuff up, so I couldn't tell you right off the bat or not. Not until it goes into my Game Eye app and I see like, oh, this is how much all this stuff was actually worth. But this guy, he was awesome. He said he knew how much all this stuff was worth. He didn't want to go through the headache of getting rid of it all. So I got it for a great price, and I'm a happy guy. I can't believe it was still up on Facebook for as long as it was for what he was asking on it, and it was just insane. So Really glad to add them all to the collection of ones I need. And man, I can just feel my throat. It is going out. I'm not used to having to talk this long and doing videos anymore. So we'll wrap it up there. So happy to be back, and hope you guys, again, who still stuck around, awesome. Thank you. Hopefully, again, we'll get these weekly videos out at least once a week. Again, I'm recording them on Wednesday. We'll see whether they come out on Thursday or Friday, to be determined. We'll know when this video comes out, but it's going to be one day this week, and hopefully sprinkle some more in there. So again, in the comments below, let me know the awesome things you picked up over the past few months since I've been gone. You don't have to put everything if you don't want, but put down your highlights or anything like that you want to put in the comments. So thanks again, guys, for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.